Oh, you poor puggy. Like a flower, he blooms, as my former partner would say. Hey, that's what your mommy used to say to you, eh? Yeah. Oh, you're a good boy. Daddy is officially on vacation for the next week, and we are very excited. I don't know how much recording I'll get done, because I promised my dad that if he had some things around the house he wanted some help with, I would help him with those things this week, since I'm off. So far, he has not said anything about needing help with any stuff besides the door that we put up the other day. However, if he takes advantage of that opportunity, I'm sure that he will be home a lot and I won't be able to record as much as I would like. So, my goal is to get Dollarama Draws of Destiny done for sure, and the first episode of the new set, next chapter of New Set versus Old Set. But beyond that, there might not be a lot of card videos this week. It might just be mostly Puggy videos! Yay! That's good for you, isn't it? You are the Puggy. Yes, Kaiba, you're the Puggy. Oh, who's my good boy? Oh, it's a beautiful smile. Yes. Daddy brought you home something. Do you want a little snack? Hmm? Yeah, you just want belly rubs? Aw. You sure you don't want snack? Hey, what's going on? You want a snack? I was gonna give them to you when we first got home, but you insisted you needed to go for a walk right away. That was okay. Daddy understands. You needed to go poop poop. But here you go. You have some bacon? It's gonna be the last bit that you get for a while, except for if we go for a walk on our Sunday walks, because Daddy doesn't have to work next week, so there's no reason for Daddy to have to go out, except for one time that Daddy wants to do a bit of shopping for a couple things at clothes. Not that he wants to, that he needs to. Daddy actually hates shopping for clothes. It's like my least favorite thing in the world to do. And now my hand is all greasy. They did not give me any napkins. Huh. Well. Do you accept the offering? Yeah. You want one? Any bacon? You're gonna decide later? The box is empty. Still hasn't eaten it yet. Hasn't decided. You want to think about it? You think about it. You decide. Okay? Ooh, zoom out. Ooh, zoom in. Silly. They needed to fix the video. Alright, well, while Kaiba decides, I am going to come over here to the cards section, because this is actually primarily a card video. And I am here today to do a hot take on Magic. Most people will definitely disagree with me on this hot take, I am sure. And quite frankly, everybody is entitled to their own opinions, so I'm not gonna, tell you you're wrong or say that your opinion is invalid. But I am here to present the counter narrative today. Oop. The offering was accepted. Kind of. He's trying to figure out which ones he wants first. The pause when the video was so that I could wash my hands, because if I touch the things that I'm about to touch in this video with bacon grease on my hands, I have a feeling Snoop might actually hunt me down just so he could take all my cards away from me for being a bad collector. So, this video will come out tomorrow. I'm recording it on Friday, but it'll come out on Saturday. Oh my goodness, I apologize. Anyways, if you haven't seen Thursday's video, the finale of New Set versus Old Set, Edge of Eternities versus Brothers War, this is going to be a spoiler. But the debate that I'm about to present today was essentially sparked by a conversation that I've had through the comments, essentially, with Snoop. And so on Thursday, Brothers Wars pack ended with 4 cards. I'm just going to put them quickly in the order that they came in. I kid you not, this is how the pack ended. So if you missed it on Thursday, this is what you missed. And again, spoilers, sorry, but we pulled a Perilous Vault, which is insane on the face of it. I never even heard of this card before I pulled it. And what it does is absolutely amazing. It's basically, actually I might have heard of it. I might have seen it done once. But basically, I could wipe the board at any time as long as I have 5 mana open and can tap this. So, that is crazy. So there was that. And then, Mishra's Bauble, which costs nothing to put into play. Tap it, you get to look at the top card of somebody's library, draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's end upkeep. It's not crazy, but I mean, it doesn't cost you anything, and it's really easy to put into play, so I mean, it's a cool card. And I mean, again, like, setting aside financial value, just looking at what these cards do, each of the 4 cards in my hand here are really unique and really cool for the game of Commander. So we have the Vault, we have the Bauble. Next we have the Amalgam, which is crazy on the face of it too. If you can actually pay the 5 and put this thing into play and then give it a bunch of +1/+1 counters, when you pay to sacrifice it, you're going to make a creature that is an XS colorless golem, where X is equal to 3 times the creature's power when you sacrificed it. And the creature that you put into play gets haste until end of turn. So, if you can get this thing up to, say, a 10/10 on the turn that you put into play, and somehow also pay the cost to sacrifice it that turn, you could put in a 30/30 and swing on somebody. Assuming they don't have anything they can block with, you could pretty much kill them in 1 turn. Crazy pull. 2 mythics and a rare. Okay. Or an uncommon, sorry. And then we finished off with a holographic rare copy of Door to Nothingness. Yes, it enters the battlefield tapped. So you can't use it the turn that you play it unless you have a way to have it come in untapped. But when you pay 2 white, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, and 2 green and tap this thing, you can sacrifice it and somebody automatically loses the game. Between these 4 cards, the insane amount of stuff that you can do in Commander, it just blows my mind. That was Brothers War. And then we went and opened Edge of Eternities, and we pulled a breeding pool. And I personally cannot fathom why anyone would pick a singular land over those 4 cards if you had a choice of which pack you were opening. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to buy them all as singles separately. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the land doesn't have value. What I'm saying is I really can't fathom why people put so much value into these lands that you would take a breeding pool over all those. Yes, this is worth more financially than all 4 of those combined. When I checked it into Collector, I was really shocked at how much this isn't even worth that much. This is worth like maybe $12, I think it was, or $15 Canadian. And collectively, I think these came out to like $7 Canadian or 8. Like, it wasn't like a lot. But I mean, so yes, this is worth more financially. But again, I'm stunned and floored. And that's what we're here to talk about today. We are here to talk about the insanity that is people's obsession with shocklands. Because I, for one, do not get it. My hot take of the day is shocklands really aren't that good. Yes, shocklands are searchable. I will give you that. So, on the face of it, I'm going to show you, for example, I have 3 shocklands currently that I'm not putting into any decks yet. I actually do have a 4th shockland that I have in a deck already. It's a red-green one. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But that is the only other shockland I have. I have these 4, essentially, are my shocklands. Now, not that I'm saying that that's a bad thing by any means. 4 shocklands is a lot for a person who has only been collecting for a few years. But the point of this argument is, why? Why are these worth so much? Yes, again, you can search for these. So, but searchable cards. You have to have something that actually can search for a forest or a island, a swamp or a mountain. It can't be, say, for example, Terramorphic Expanse or Evolving Wilds, or even what's that land that we recently got that I was thinking about adding to some decks? Field of Ruin. Like, none of those will actually let you search for one of these. So you have to have something that will actually specifically say that you can search for one of the lands in this text. For example, my beautiful Misty Rainforest that I pulled. This will allow me to search for the breeding pool. So in that case, great. But again, in that case, to do this, I'm going to put this into play, tap it, pay a life, sack it. Put this into play, pay 2 life so I can use it the same turn that I put into play. In a deck that likes landfall, sure, that's amazing that you got 2 landfall triggers off. I'm not saying that's bad. But outside of landfall decks, and maybe a deck that wants you to hurt yourself, why? This is my point. Why? So for example, setting these 2 aside, I have, and for the record, before we get too far into this argument, I am going to open 3 packs of Unfinity at the end so that we can see if we can search for more shocklands, because I think that's just funny. And I thought that would be a great way to end. So make sure you stick around through the crazy hot take to the end, because you're going to get to see the Unfinity openings. So, we have, I'm going to just put these out here for a second. I'm setting that one aside. I don't need that one. Yeah, all these ones will do. Okay. I have, let's see, 6 lands here. Okay. They're all black and blue lands. So I have a Gloom Lake Verge. I have a Temple of Deceit. I have a Drowned Catacombs. I have a Sunken Hollow. I have Undercity Sewers, and I have a Watery Grave. First off, in terms of value, all these lands will tap for 2 colors right off the bat, except for this one, unless you have an island or a swamp already on the board. So yes, they're all automatically worth a decent amount compared to a basic swamp or a basic island, because I can tap it for either color. So that gives me some versatility, yes. And versatility is good. I'm not saying it isn't. Versatility is a great thing for Commander. But I have 6 different lands here. Now, setting aside this one, which, yes, like I say, not the best one out of the 6. Honestly, if you ask me to set aside another land, the next one I'm picking to set aside is this one. Scrying and surveilling, you're getting way more value out of those two coming into play than you are out of this. You're going negative value in this. You're going positive value in these. You get to look at the top card of your deck and either choose to get rid of that card if it's not useful to you now, or you can keep it up there and you have a knowledge of what you're coming up to next so you can build around it for whatever turn you're currently working on. That to me seems way more valuable than this. As I say, unless you need to use the land right away, in which case then this is better than these two, right? Or sorry, is better than these two. I have them lined up wrong. Undercity Sewers and Temple of Deceit are the two I'm talking about right now. So these two come in tapped. This comes in untapped if you're willing to pay the cost. So that is advantageous to you. But again, life being a resource, I understand that concept. But to me, unless your deck actually benefits from you going negative in life, what is the point of handing your opponent an advantage to get a land in when you could have played a copy of the basic that you wanted? Like I say, basics aren't better than dual lands, but if you don't need to go negative life and you just need a swamp or an island, why not just play the swamp or an island? If going negative does not actually benefit you, there are lots of other choices. And again, so, I mean, this one over here, Drowned Catacombs, it comes in untapped unless you control an island, or it enters tapped unless you already control an island or a swamp. Chances are, unless it's turn 1, you're going to have one of those on the field when you try to put this into play. So, you're going to have 2 mana available, just like you would with this. So this will give you an advantage only on turn 1 over that. Otherwise, this one is just as good as that, if not better, because this one does not make you go negative. The only difference being, again, this one is searchable, that one's not. So being searchable puts these two at a disadvantage, yes. But then all 3 of these are searchable. And this one can come in untapped if I want it to, as long as I control 2 or more basic lands. So on turn 3, this is just as valuable as this, if not that more so, because this one doesn't cost me anything. So again, it ultimately comes down to, unless you have a hand that is going to search this on turn 1, is it really better than either of these? Is it better than either of these? I just don't see it. I don't see it. And I don't see why this should be worth more financially, almost. This copy in particular isn't, but I'm saying there are copies of this that will be worth more financially than any of these other lands. Currently on this board, the most valuable land here would be the Undercity Sewers. I just looked it up to check. And that one, out of all these 6 copies, is actually worth the most money. But I'm just saying, to me, I just don't see it. I really don't. And I mean, yeah, like, somebody's got to explain it to me, because I am always going to pick 4 cards that have crazy cool abilities over a single land. I just am. There aren't a lot of lands I can even think of that let you search. I have one deck, and I think it might be sitting over here somewhere, maybe. I have one deck, yes, this one, that has some lands that will let you actually do searchable things. But even those lands come into play tapped. For example, give me a second, I'll find one. I know I have them in here. By the way, I haven't shown you guys this deck yet, but I'm going to probably put it up in the near future. I just want to do a couple quick edits on it, and it is pretty much good to go. Why is it so hard to find the land? Okay, here's one. So, for example, My Rocky Tar Pit could search my Blood Crypt. That is very viable and a decent option. But this one enters tapped, so I can't do that until the next turn, and then I have to tap it to sacrifice it to get this, and then I'm going to have to pay 2 life just to put this into play. And meanwhile, I've gained no real advantage mana-wise for 2 turns. There are creatures that will let you search if you're willing to discard them and pay some mana, but again, you have to have things in play. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what it is that somebody sees in these in particular. Generally speaking, and I'm going to say this again because I want to make sure that my point is clear. I don't want people misinterpreting this. I believe dual lands are better than basics. I understand the concept of why dual lands are better than basics. Having the ability to filter your mana accordingly to what you need, when you need it, and pay things based on that, insane value. I'm not going to say that it isn't, okay? So don't get me wrong there. My argument, and my hot take in particular, is that shocklands specifically are not worth the amount of hype and financial value and etc., in my opinion, as a casual player. And I'm going to throw that in at the end here just to make sure, because that is actually a qualifier that I think is important. Maybe if I were more of a competitive player, it might make a difference to me. I don't know if it would or not, to be perfectly honest. I can't say for sure one way or the other, because I honestly don't know, and I honestly don't care to find out. I have no interest in playing competitive. The mono blue deck that I'm still currently trying to update right now is the closest deck I will probably ever build in my lifetime to a competitive CEDH deck. And even that one, I'm planning to keep at bracket 4 level. I don't really want to push it to crazy win on turn 1 levels. My goal is to win, say, by turn 6 or 7. It's just more fun that way for me. But I mean, yeah, that is the hot take here. But even without that qualifier, I still stand by my point. I really just don't see the point of these compared to other dual lands necessarily, with regards to why is this one so special? Why does this one matter so much more than these two, or than any of these, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see it. I really don't. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave that hot take, though. So, we're going to open some packs to end this video and see if we can pull some more shocklands, just to be really funny. If I actually pull a shockland in one of these 3 packs, I'm going to laugh my ass off. But before we do that, I realized that I didn't do a very good job last Saturday when we picked the new commander, of explaining what was going on with Super Decks, with Commander Core Creator Challenge. Or not last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago. So I wanted to take some time to just quickly explain that before I crack these. So this is the commander we are currently building. We have until October 30th at noon, I'm saying. So by noon, my time, which is Eastern Standard Time, you need to have done the following 3 things. You need to watch the video and like it that we discussed the choices for the commander. You need to join the Discord server, which the link is on my channel and in the description section. And third, you need to build a deck and submit it to the Discord server via whichever format you prefer. I like Architect. I know Snoop uses Crud. I had it and I lost it. It's not Mana Crypt, it's something else. Mana Crypt is a card. But anyways, I don't care which online version you do for the deck list, or even if you want to just type it out and submit it that way, I can search it in Architect myself. Moxfield, that's the one Snoop uses. Moxfield is good too. I know there is one called Mana something, I just can't remember what it is. Anyways, so This month we are building this card, and you have to build a commander deck in brackets 1 to 3, using this as the commander. And once you have built that and you submit it, we are going to review the decks, and I will pick a winner from all the submissions. And the winner will receive this pack, a Throne of Eldraine, and oops, some of my commanders moved over, and another pack which I haven't yet determined, but it could be any of these, for example. So, if you wish to have an opportunity to win the packs, by all means, please build the commander deck and submit it in time. And I'm going to put out the video hopefully on Halloween, if not the very next day, with my deck build and at least one other person's deck build, possibly two. Anyways, that is, like I say, it for my hot take. So now let's just crack these packs and get you guys out of here. And I do need to make that splash pad video hopefully today. We got ourselves a hat trick. Target blocking or blocked creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains first strike until end of turn. If it has a hat, it gains double strike until end of turn. If you and that creature have a hat, it gains triple strike. Deadbeat Attendant. 1 and a black for a 1/1 when this thing enters the battlefield. Open an attraction. I like that. Bag check. 1 and 2 blue. Counter target spell, then ask a person outside of the game if that spell looks dangerous to them. If they say yes, you get to draw a card and discard a card. Too bad it's an acorn card. I would actually use that. Oh, sounds like somebody's at the door. It's okay, baby. It was just a package for your buddy Perry. Yes, the guy is gone now. Daddy's gonna finish cracking the packs and then we'll go outside. How's that? Okay. Sorry about that. Brief interruption. Finish this quickly because somebody wants to go back outside now that the person's come and interrupted. We got an aerial font. 3 and a white for 3/2 flying, and when it enters battlefield, you get a ticket, then you can put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Atom Wheel Acrobats. Okay, that's funny. Acrobats and acrobats. Pretty good so far. I wonder if this will be a trend. 3 and a green for a 3/2. Whenever you roll a 1 or a 2, put that many +1/+1 counters on this thing, and then you can pay 2 and a green to roll a 6-sided die. Ooh, I like that. That'll go really well with the, I don't think I've pulled that before, but that one would go really well with the goblins. Electrocutes. 1 and a red, deals 2 damage to any target. If you cast this thing from a graveyard... Oh, you can cast it from your graveyard as long as you've rolled a 6 this turn. If you cast it this way, you have to exile it instead of putting it into your graveyard the next time you would, though. Amped up. 5 and a red. Costs 1 less to cast for each electrical socket in a wall or floor you can see from your seat. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature until end of turn. It gets +3/+0 in haste. Ooh, that's pretty good. Acorn card, but still kind of cool. Fight the Blank Fight. 1 and a green, enchant creature you control. When this aura enters the battlefield, you can put a name sticker on it. When you do, enchanted creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 for each name sticker on this aura, with 8 or more letters. Oh, okay. Quick Fixer. 2 and a black for a 2/3. Menace, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, open an attraction. Nice. That was going to be a good one for my Ultimate Gamer deck when I build one. Done for the day. 2 and a green, sorry. At the beginning of your end step, if you control an employee, a performer, or a robot, you can get a ticket or a treasure token. Ooh. If you control all 3, you may put a sticker on a non-land... I like that one a lot. That was a good pull for sure. Exit through the gift shop. 2 and a black, yell, "Who wants a souvenir?" and announce the name of a non-land card in your graveyard. Each player in an ungame who can hear you may bid life. You start the bidding at 0. The high bidder loses life equal to the high bid. They copy that card and may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. If you didn't win the bid, you gain life equal to the high bid and create that many treasure tokens, though. Oh, shit. That is cool. Well, there you go. I said if we pulled one, we pulled one, and we definitely pulled one. That one's probably worth a lot more than the one I pulled the other day. Exact same card, but different art. And that makes two now, because the other one I pulled... Where is the other one I pulled? There should be another Shockland here somewhere, but I don't remember where I put it. But we've definitely pulled another Shockland from this set before. So that is two now, though. That is really good. Clown Extruder. I'll just put that over here. Don't want Snoop to get upset with me putting it into the pile with the other ones. I don't know if I pulled a Clown Extruder before. Create a 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token whenever you visit here. Nice. Bumper Cars we definitely have. Ticket Bot. And... maybe a new one. I'm going to put those up there. I think they're both new. We pulled a breeding pool. I know I've pulled another Shockland. I just can't remember which one it is. I can't believe I don't know where it is. Now we're going to go on a mission looking for it. Because I know I have another one. It was one from that set too. We've pulled it before. It wasn't a breeding pool. All the lands are over here. This video is going to get way too long, actually. I better stop that. Too many cards. I need to start sorting these again and putting some away. Get some more boxes. Okay. We'll look for it after. We'll look for it after. You know what? I think we'll just leave it there, actually. I was going to crack 3, but do I really want to chance it? I think ending on another breeding pool is pretty cool. And it kind of feels like it's fitting for this video. So, sorry if that disappoints you. I hope it doesn't. In the meantime, in between time, though. What the hell? What the hell? I'll feel bad if I don't do it. I think you guys will too. But I don't think we're going to pull 2. I really don't think we can pull 2. That would be crazy. Enchant non-land permanent. As Godsmack enters the battlefield, choose a person outside the game. As long as you can see the person from your seat, the enchanted permanent can't attack, block, and it can't activate its activate abilities. Scared Stiff has menace as long as you control a sticker permanent. 3/2 for 2 and a black. That was a 1 and a white for the first one. Prize Wall is awesome. Pulled that before. 4/04 Defender. Pay blue, tap, you get a ticket. Pay 4 blue, tap, you can put a sticker on non-land permanent. Minotaur to Force, 1 and a red for 2/1 haste. Enters battlefield, you get a ticket, then you can put a sticker on non-land permanent. Glitter Flitter Flying, as it enters battlefield, you get a ticket, then you can put a sticker on non-land permanent. I'm seeing a theme. Mistakes were made, 1 and a green. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token for each fire extinguisher you can see. I love this set. Blank Goblin, 2 and a red for a 2/2. When it enters battlefield, you can put a name sticker on it. Add red for each unique vowel in the sticker. Trigger Happy, 1 and a red. Choose triggered ability of target permanent. It triggers, you control that ability. What? Choose a triggered ability of target permanent. It triggers. You control that. Oh, okay, I get it. Complaints Clerk, 3 and a white for a 3/3. Enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Whenever you roll a 1, create a 1/1 white color. 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. Octopus, 3 and 2 blue. Enters battlefield, create a 4/4 octopus performer creature token named Contortionist. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may fold this token in half. It becomes a 2/2, then a 1/1, then a half, and so on. Sacrifice this thing, draw a card, and an additional card for each of Contortionist folds. Exchange of words. 1 and 2 blue. When it enters the battlefield, choose 2 target creatures. For as long as the exchange of words remains on the battlefield, exchange the text box of those creatures. Okay. Swamp. Foam Weapons Kiosk. We've seen that one. Balloon Stand. Seen that one. Ticket Bot. That might be a new one. I really don't think it'll happen, but you know what? I really don't want you guys to be like this. I'm always worried that when I say I'm going to do something and then I don't end up doing it, that everybody will be really disappointed in me. I'm always disappointed in myself when things like that happen, so that's why we're going to crack all three. But I definitely don't think that we're going to pull another Shockland. I think that's going to be the hit of the day for sure, and I think it's the perfect way to end the video, to be perfectly honest. Ooh, Xeno Scrolls. That looks cool, though. 1 and a black for a 0/0. Enters a battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it. After you roll a die, you may remove a +1/+1 counter from this thing. If you do, increase or decrease the result by 1. Huh. Boing. 1 and a black. Oh, that was a 1 and a black for a 0/0, sorry. Return target creature to its owner's hand, then roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 3 or less, scry a number of cards equal to the result. Interesting. Clowning around, 1 and a white, create 2 1/1 white robot artifact creature tokens, then roll a 6-sided die. If the result is equal to or less than the number of robots you currently control, create a 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. Step right up, 3 and a black, open 2 attractions. Ooh, that's pretty good. Ticket Turbo Tubes, 3 for a artifact that lets you tap to add 1 mana of any color, or pay 3 and tap and you get a sticker. Or a ticket, sorry. Nice. Plot Armor, 2 and a green, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and can't be blocked except by creatures with flavor text. That's cool. That one didn't need to be an acorn one, I don't think. Non-human Cannonball, 2 and a red for a 4/3. When this thing dies, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 4 or less, this thing deals that much damage to you. Lion Prancers, 1 and a green for 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 tickets. Then you can put a power and toughness sticker on a creature you own. 3 and a green, target creature you don't control blocks target creature you control with a power and toughness sticker on it. Other than this thing. This turn, if able. We got another copy of the Goblins. I do love those Goblins, but I've got like 4 copies of that now. Goblin Blastronauts, maybe that goes with them. When this thing enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Whenever you roll a 6, you may copy the spell, ability, or attraction visit that caused you to roll that die. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Souvenir T-shirt, 3. Gear Up, sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. As Souvenir T-shirt enters the battlefield, roll 2 6-sided dice. For each Magic-branded item you're wearing, roll an additional 6-sided dice. Choose 2 of those results. The equipped creature gets +X+Y, where X is the first chosen result and Y is the second. That is ridiculous. Forest, Drop Tower, Information Booth, Squirrel, and... Ooh, I don't know if I've pulled that one before. Nice. Alright, well, as I said, there was really little hope that this was going to be beat, but this is definitely the card of the day, and as I said, I still just don't get it. I just don't get it. I love the artwork on them. I really do. I get that they tap for 2 colors, which makes them more versatile. Beyond that, I don't get the hype. Somebody explain it to me. Because hot take, Shocklands just aren't worth it. From Kaiba out there, who is impatiently waiting for me, and myself in here with all the cards, to all of you, we hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Much love. Take care. And we look forward to seeing you guys throughout the week as much as we possibly can. Okay? Bye!